doing that, and if we are not doing that in this country, it's high time we start doing that, because that's the right way to go. If you pay more money into research, you know what you're gonna get. That is what is producing all the airplanes of the world, vehicles of the world, and all the medicines of the world. All right. Now, if we are not paying and not financing education that has to do, that takes care of this research and all that, how do we move forward as a nation? Now, that's what people are talking about, and that's what I'm saying this morning. It's high time we start paying attention towards our research development. All right, and start putting money into education, into research and all that, so that we'll be better for it. When I remember what happened during the COVID-19 period, we saw Madagascar came out with a research, something good. No matter how you feel about it, they actually came out, and Nigeria imported some of it, some of that COVID organic from Madagascar. Now you see what research can do. And do you know how much we paid for that particular importation, that particular transaction? We paid a whole lot, a whooping sum to Madagascar government. And you know what that means? Money for the people of Madagascar. Now, if we pay more attention to research, that is what we are going to be giving out. Pay more attention to education. That's a hidden treasure in education. That's all I'm saying this morning. Now, we have to move out from Vanguard newspaper and head straight to another daily when we return from this short break. Stay with us. It's still 93.7 Citizen FM. My name still remains EKENE EZEPUE this morning. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay. Now it's still Super Citizen at Sunrise 93.7 FM, Citizen FM, right here in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Now, we get straight to the Nation newspaper this morning, and it's saying General Agwai, Jega, Ways, Bugaje, 8 others is don't use force on copists. I believe that Mr. President is a listening president, and then he will hearken and heed to this particular advice coming from this elder statesman. Now this one says Guterres worries about Bazoum's condition. That's the former the ousted, the deposed president of the Nigeria Republic. If you want to know more about that story, grab a copy of the Nation newspaper this morning, because it's right there. MBS reports agri sector lost 577 billion to flooding in 2022. Not a good story. Not a good story at all. So when you worry about a hike in so many of your choice agricultural produce, know that there was a flood that affected that price last year. So you start looking at this direction and know that some of the weather agents actually wreaked havoc in Nigeria. Now let's move away from that one, but we have to take this particular flooding seriously. All right, try as much as you can to stay safe, and we are telling all the government agencies to do more in the area of ameliorating this and nipping this menace that flooding is wrecking or causing in Nigeria. permanently. All right, let's move away from that particular story and go straight to this one that says youth seek action over abandoned health center project. Good one. That's a good story right there. Taking action, what direction are they going? If you want to know more about that story, grab a copy of the Nation newspaper this morning and do justice to that particular headline story right there. Now we have this one that says carbide ripened fruits endanger health. Says NAFDAC. This one is very, 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 very crucial, and it says carbide ripened fruits endanger health, says NAFDAC. All right. And if you're practicing this particular thing, please stop. All right, we are human beings. We are not stones. Anything that goes wrong in the body might cause total hurt to that particular life. All right, so it's high time we start doing business in the right way. Stop practicing any form of anomaly in what people eat. All right, any form of corruption, let me just put it that way, the one that everybody will understand, in what people put in their mouths. It's not good. All right, make sure that whatever you're selling is good for human consumption. Whatever that enters people's mouths and you're in charge of selling those products, make sure they are good. All right, tell yourself this today and know that what enters people's mouths can actually make them healthy or kill them. And start knowing this. When you start knowing this fact today, and I think you'll start saving lives without even knowing it. Now let's move forward, and don't forget that we are still on the Nation newspaper this morning. Now this one is saying UTME's best candidate makes 8 A's in WAEC. This is a good one. This is a good one. And if there is any award going to any other people in any sector, I think that same award should be accrued to this particular young lady right here. Please let the relevant authorities know that that this particular lady that just made us proud, 8 A's in WAEC, 8A1. Do you know what that is? Okay. If you know what that is. And it says the student of Deeper Life High School who made the highest score of 360 in this year's Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME in brackets, Kamsi Yochuku Nkechinyere Ume, has cleared all her papers in the West African Senior School Certificate Examination with 8A1 and 1B2. This is so good. I just read it out because of how important it is to us. It's high time we start to, the way Nigerian education system used to be. I knew that when my father came out as a standard 6 graduate back in the day, I don't know, but he was teaching me things that I came across in secondary school. So I'm just using this particular example for you out there to know where our education used to be. Primary 6, that they call it standard 6 those days, and then he was teaching me algebraic expression when I entered secondary school. So to tell you that our education, he only left as a standard 6 graduate. Left as a standard 6 graduate as at that time, but he was teaching me when I entered secondary school, algebraic expression, simple interest, ratios, all those stuff, to tell you where our education used to be. That someone that left school at primary was still teaching me things that I saw in secondary school. So please, it's high time we go back to where we used to be. Please, and start rewarding excellence in education. of course, let's start rewarding excellence in it. If there are buildings that you can give to people in order that came out tops in other things, other field of endeavors, please, let's start rewarding people that came out tops in the area of education, because it will be a motivating factor. Now we'll have to leave it here. We have to anchor here and go straight to our newspaper review segment with our guests. Analyst in the house, Mr. Salmon Salami, this morning. Good morning to you, Mr. Salmon Salami. It's rainy. It's a raining day in the Federal Capital Territory. Hope you're not feeling cold this morning.
Very good morning to you, the Grand Master of Paper Review.
Yeah, let's get to it. We have a whole lot to talk about. Mostly the one that concerns us is the one I'm going to start with, because we have a lot in our hands and we can't be dabbling into other people's affair, leaving us behind. Now it says we want to start from this one that says gap between leaders and followers is Africa's problem. Sam Adeyemi, that's a clergyman, he said so. Is that a good assessment, Mr. Salmon Salami?
Whether it is a good assessment or it is a bad assessment is not the issue here. The issue here is the gap between the rich, the poor, the governed, and those governing us. There is a yawning gap. There is this disconnect, a very big disconnect between those governing us, our leaders, and we, the followers. It is good that Pastor Sam Adeyemi is bringing this up. It is there. It has been there. Otherwise, what is happening in this country will not happen if only leaders are in tune with the modern day realities of what is going on in public. It needs no stressing that the leaders, our leaders, are far away, very, very far away from we, the citizens, and this is not a good development. It is sad.
Now, I don't know, when you say very far away, and from what the clergyman, Mr. Sam Adeyemi, is saying right here, he's saying that the gap is huge. Now, the gap is, I believe, if government or government functionaries are not seen in the marketplaces, in fuel stations, and most of these places that people go to see what is happening, the average people go to see what is happening or what average people are going through, they might be very, very far from reality, because when you're in government, everything is at your beck and call, so you barely know what is happening, and everybody that is around you tells you what you feel like. This one will make my Oga happy. I think that's the gap Mr. Sam Adeyemi is talking about here.
Precisely. What we are saying is that they do not know and they do not feel what the people feel. Precisely what he's saying and precisely what I'm harping on. That perhaps because they feed on the people, because that is the truth. Almost everything is given to them free of charge from the taxpayers' money. We are not saying we should not take care of our leaders. Of course, we should take care of our leaders. But then the leaders too should feel what people feel. Give people what they know that it is due to them. Make people happy and make people believe, the followers, make them believe and know that they are there to take good care of the interest, the welfare, and the well-being of the citizens. This is not what they are doing now. And I'm saying this with all sense of responsibility. There is the need for those who have been entrusted, and destiny has entrusted our collective destiny in their hand, to please and please feel what we feel and do the right thing and do the needful.
All right, feel what Nigerians are feeling and then do the needful. That's the word of Mr. Salmon Salami this morning. Now, don't forget we are still on Super Citizen at Sunrise. The segment we are on is newspaper review segment. Now, moving forward, we have this one that is very, 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 very going to disturb us as Nigerians. And this one says Naira is on Naira slump. Fuel price may go up, says marketers. This is a story that Nigerians don't want to hear again.
Well, we have been told that the sector has been deregulated, and if it has been deregulated, it only means that it will pander to the whims and caprices of the forces of demand and supply. Mark you, our refineries are not working. We are importing the fuel, and we understand that since it is dollar denominated, it will of course pander to the tunes of dollar. It is dollar that will determine what it is, but this is not the end of the story. I want to believe that the government is there to cushion the effects of all that will have been piled on the ordinary man in such a manner that necessities of life will be available and affordable to the citizens. We are yet to see that, and we pray that marketers will hearken to the voice of wisdom and the voice of reason. Any increase in the fuel of petroleum now is ill advised. It is not the best way to go, and I am sure that this will be an ill wind. It will not and may not blow anybody any good. Let us avoid it.
All right, let's avoid it. Now, Mr. Salami, we have this one that says it's talking about Kalu lobbies Ganduji for more Southeast ministerial slots. Do you think this is a good development? I think I have to open up this story so that we can be able to know what the content is. It says in Tinubu's ministerial nominees list with 48 names, the Northwest got 10 slots, the Northeast got 8, North Central 8, the Southwest 9, the South 9, while the Southeast got 5. Now let's get to it. Carlo, the deputy the second man in the House of Representatives is saying that's the deputy speaker is saying soliciting for more ministerial nominees for the people of Southeast. Don't you think it would be fair to put this thing at par with other nominations coming from every other geopolitical zones of this country?
Well, Benjamin Kanu, the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, is a fine gentleman and is a consummate politician. He's a patriot, and politics is local. If Kanu is protecting the interest of the region, of the Southeast, he's not doing anything bad. In actual fact, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's from that federal constituency, and he feels that if the Northeast, Northwest, North Central, they have 8, they have 10, and the Southeast, South having 9 or 8, and the Southeast is having five members in the ministerial list. Well, it's free, and I think it is rational and reasonable for him to plead, make friends, build bridges, campaign, and lobby for more ministerial seats. But I must confess that there are certain criteria for it. If APC got commendable and commensurate vote from your region, you can be sure that you too will, as it is and it appears now, be compensated, because it appears as if the nominations from the zones is based on the voting pattern. If you voted for APC and APC did well in your zone, chances are that you will be recognized in the government. It is the reward system. Whether it's the right thing on or not, your guess is as good as mine.
All right, let's leave it that way. I hope the right authorities take a listen and know what's next, what is the best step to take on this particular issue. Now we have this one that says let's just talk about that Kamsi Yochukwu's exploits in WAEC. All A1, just one B2. Excellence. That's she personified excellence. How do you see that?
When you talk of national honor, when you talk of patriots, when you talk of models, when you talk of people who make a country proud, this young boy is one of them.
Young woman.
This young woman.
This whole life
is one of them. It's not because she attended Deeper Life School. It is because she's studious, she's competent, she's focused, she's determined, and she intends to make a name in life. And I want to tell you that check out the background of this young girl. You will discover that the parents too must have done the needful, because lies attract lies. If parenting, robust parenting happens, this is the result. A situation whereby the parents, they prioritize work and money and place all these things over and above the welfare and well-being and taking good care of their wards. The contrary is always the case. And I want to believe that the future belongs to the youth. We must prioritize good and robust parenting. These children are the leaders of the future, and the future has started. It's no more tomorrow. The future is today. It is now.
All right, the future is now, and the future has actually kicked off for that young lady right there, Miss Kamsi Yochukwu. Now, let's leave it that way. I just hope that she'll be rewarded handsomely.
Let me even add that when we talk of reward system, there is the need for us to get it right. Who else should be taken care of, and if possible, to get a full scholarship, whereby everything will be taken care of. The young girl has done its part. The state, the government should do its part. This girl no doubt deserves an award. It deserves to be taken good care of. She's gifted. We talk short of saying she's a genius.
Of course she is. All right, now let's now touch on the foreign scene. Let's touch this one that says ECOWAS troops on standby. Junta threatens to kill Bazoum. All right, on standby means anything can happen.
Well, throughout yesterday, I was all ears while the leaders of the West African countries were meeting. When the communique was being read, I chuckled, and at the same time, I was sort of losing my breath when it got to where they said all options are on the table, including the use of force. Well, almost all right-thinking Nigerians have told Mr. President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that yes, you are the chairman of ECOWAS, but before you became the chairman of ECOWAS, you are the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And in actual fact, you wouldn't even have been the chairman, because it is being the president of Nigeria which is the foremost, which is the first, that enables other leaders to honor you by making you their chairman. And your first allegiance is to Nigeria and Nigerians. And most Nigerians are saying no to military or kinetic exercise. Do not wage war. Allow diplomacy. Diplomatic actions should be taken, but not war. Almost every notable Nigerian have told Mr. President that you can do anything, but please do not wage war. Do not use force on the juntas. And the juntas have served notice. They said they will kill Bazoum, the ousted president. And I want to believe that this calls for what I call balancing act. There will not, if at the end of the day the junta is rooted and they are driven out, but they make good, God forbid, their threat, it will be a Pyrrhic victory, and a Pyrrhic victory is no victory.
All right, let's leave it that way and open up our phone line so you can make your contributions as well. So you can call us on our line 081-822-22205. I call it again, 081-822-22205. And I call the other line so you can be part of it as well, 090-3222-9797. I call it again, 090-3222-9797. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
Fine, thank you. My name is Mikey. I'm calling from Nasarawa.
Mr. Michael, how is Nasarawa this morning? Is it raining in Nasarawa State?
Well, it have not started yet.
Okay. All right. It's raining right here in the city center. Now, let's get to it. Your contributions, please.
Yeah. Let me start from the one happening in Nigeria before we go into Nigeria of the thing.
Please.
When I heard the fuel prices again, they likely go up again, and then we also warn about the cooking gas. My mind dropped. I don't know. Your guess, how did he feel when he had something like that anyway? But to me, it's not a good story again. I don't just understand. I believe that they should not push people to the wall before they can be able to begin to do the right thing. I mean, 3 months of somebody assuming in office, and then you remove a subsidy, and then up to today as you speak, No palliative, you just said it on the air like that, and then you look as if it is normal. You know? Now, the same thing that you want to go and sort out for Niger are happening here, and your people are just watching you. You cannot advise yourself, and even the 20 advisors you employ to advise you, they are not advising you to do the right thing. Do you want people to revote, and then before you begin to find way to sort it out?
All right.
I pray that we shouldn't get to that point.
All right.
You know, before they do the right thing.
Okay.
And I advise your guests in the house, please. You are the mouthpiece we have now. Can you talk to your friend, Mr. President Tinubu, to be able to do things right for our benefit?
All right.
Especially
thank you.
The issue of building the refinery. We need the refinery because we cannot continue like this. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Michael, I think you should pay particular attention to what is being said here. We have said it times and times over that times are hard and that Mr. President should hearken to the needs and the wishes of Nigerians. Mr. President is not necessarily my friend, but is my president. As it is today, is the president of the Federal Republic of
Nigeria. And the
Nigeria.
office of the president must be respected.
We must respect Mr. President, and we must not engage in what I call intelligent.
Hello, good morning.
Let's use civil language, please. Thank you.
Let's use civil language. Hello, good morning. Mr. Isa Ashuku, good morning to you. Please speak up so we can hear you.
What I'm saying, the gap between
you can speak up so we can hear you.
I said the gap between the rich and poor. They have been saying this thing, and our leader don't want to say it. Leadership is the first.
Speak up. We can't hear you.
I said leadership is not for service. And then when people call you to come and serve them, you have to serve them the way they want, not the way you want. So, in fact, I've been telling that our political party have been mortgaged in the way that people cannot come and do it. It's only the money bagger. They will go and grab the power by all means. Or like what is happening in Nigeria. The person did not win that election. The man who was going, he forced person on the other people, they went to vote, there was nothing. The same thing that happened here. So, when we are fighting something, we should be very careful the way we want to do things. The two wrong cannot make a right. If the junta are wrong, the AU or the African leaders should be very cautious on their action. Because once they go and touch it, we know the beginning of things, we don't know the end.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ashuku. Thank you so much.
Mr. Ashuku, it is not if the juntas are wrong. Coup is unacceptable. It's definitely not the way to take over.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Ken. Good morning, my name is Salami. I'm calling from Kwareba this morning.
All right, Salami, go ahead. We are running out of time. Please, just straight to the point.
Yes, people should. You can express your opinion on emotional line, but people feed the public with disinformation. What happened in Nigeria has nothing to do with the election. I think it's just the imagination of the figment of Nigerians, especially those in the opposition party whose candidates lost the election, and then they are still suffering from what I simply call post-electoral defeat hallucination, syndrome. And then so you can see from the emotions they are attaching to this Niger issue. And then it's becoming really concerning for me. It's really not for me. I'm actually concerned about their well-being, and I think it is time for them to really take it easy. Please take it easy on yourself. Please, Mr. President has come to stay, and you're going to keep seeing that face from now to 2027, and nothing. There's nothing you can do about it because it's our constitutional president. So you either get used to it, or you continue giving yourself high blood pressure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alamin. All right, let's speak this caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Please make it very snappy.
This is the voice of Kennedy.
All right,
I'm calling from Carol.
Mr. Kennedy, go ahead.
I greet Kennedy in the studio, especially. He's doing a very good job, and you too. Now I'm talking about ECOWAS.
I am not against their decision. But if you are current, if anybody is current, you will hear that about more than 20 persons were killed in Mangu, Plateau State of Nigeria. What is our president saying about our insecurity? Should we be concerned about Nigeria more than Nigeria? 21 persons killed, and I didn't even hear any voice, any statement from the presidency. Now, when you focus outside and you leave your own house not in order, a lot of things will go wrong, and that is not good. Please, the force is using in Nigeria, you should just enforce it in Nigeria. I bet you Nigeria will be the best, most peaceful nation in the whole world. Now, I'm talking about the gap between the leaders and followers. The truth of the matter is that some councillors, some persons in their local, in their council ward, don't even have their numbers. The gap is what we are feeling. Such that when it is time for election, these people will come around, they trek, they walk, but after election, what happens?
All right, round it off.
When the gap comes. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Kennedy. Join us again. All right, that's the much we can take on this segment of the show. Now, when we return, it will be big talk. All right, and then on big talk, we talk about big things. Mr. Salmon, Salami, just say hi.
Well, thank you very much, the super citizens.
All right, let's come back and get to it on the State of the Nation on Big Talk when we return. All right, stay glued. More is still coming on Super Citizen at Sunrise this morning. We'll be right back.